Not only did I find a really interesting Web3 gaming project with a really enticing game that I played for the very first time mere moments ago, but it has a pretty awesome airdrop campaign. And I want to talk about it a little bit. I want to talk about the game mostly. And if you guys haven't seen this project before, I hope I can help enlighten you and help you understand why I think it's going to be an interesting thing in the space. But more importantly, why I think it's actually a surprisingly fun game and why it's refreshing to see in the Web3 and the NFT gaming space, because we don't get many good games there and they're starting to get really, really good, especially in 2024. And I think this is proof of that. Obviously, Illuvium is fantastic, but I'm not talking about Illuvium right this moment. I'm talking about a game called I don't even know if I'm saying that right, Nyan Heroes. And it is really, really funny. It looks a lot like Overwatch, which is my least favorite part of this game, is that it looks a little bit too close. But as I've gone through the website and looked at the white paper and all the rest of it, you can also see that they're trying to build some sort of battle royale and that sort of stuff. And it does have some different elements. You actually equip a guardian, I believe it is called, which is basically the mech, and you also equip your different arsenal as well. So you equip them separately, and what that means is you can have a variety of different abilities in the game, but separate to that, you can have a variety of different weapons to use, and so you can mix and match a lot of different elements, which is something you simply cannot do in Overwatch. Now, it plays very similarly where you've got the different points of control and all the rest of it. Try and get up to your opponent, try and get the control point, work as a team and all the rest of it. But then it's got some other elements as well, things that I still don't fully understand, but I'm going to talk about them in a minute. So what I want to quickly talk about is the mission. So if you go to the main website and you hover over the top right there for join and click missions, it will bring you to this page here where you can connect your X account to essentially get started on the missions, which they've been very transparent with are going to be how you get the airdrop in the future. Normally, I wouldn't talk about an airdrop in this sort of way, and I'm not a big fan of the airdrop meta in general, but Nyan Heroes has a lot of eyes on it. It's got a lot of people very excited for the game. If you like the game, then it is worth your time to get involved at this stage of the process so you can get a little bit of money along the way. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And they're also going to reward players for playing the game as well. So I want to heavily promote playing the game, getting involved in that way, because I love the idea of earning competitively in different video games. And it looks like Nyan Heroes is going to have that going for them. I'm also going to talk to them about them a little bit in a future video regarding revenue distributions. So the next thing we talk about is the missions. They're very, very simple. At the moment, I've got a lot of the daily missions I've done where you got to hold different NFTs, but those aren't really the main ones. There's a lot of retweeting certain things and holding even an ETH lizard. If you have an ETH lizard, you definitely want to get involved. And you've also got things like their game trailer, like their Twitter posts, make your own Twitter threads, all that sort of stuff is really, really cool. And if you guys get involved with the missions, it will ask you for a referral code. Please use King Scoriox. I didn't get a choice on what to make the referral code. It's just based on my Twitter. And now let's talk about the gameplay. Right now, I'm going to show you gameplay of me playing the game. You're going to hear the audio and everything from it. And I'm going to talk while this is playing in the background, because I know many of you probably find that more interesting than my boring old face. So, Nyan Heroes. I recorded this in 2K, full definition or whatever. It actually looks really good. It looks a little bit empty, a little bit bare, and the map is a little bit uninspired, but for the most part, it looks absolutely fantastic, especially by Web3 standards. Now, in this case, I think I was playing in a really bad time zone for Americans, and so it was just me in the game against one other person, which is what it is. All that being said, the global launch on Epic Game Store, free to play, all the rest of it, 26th of March. So there will not be empty lobbies for long because 150,000 people are chasing this airdrop right now, minimum. There is probably significantly more than that. And what that tells you is this is going to have a pretty solid player base when the game comes out, especially if there is earning involved. So the game. Very simple, you pick your Guardian mech. I chose the Warrior one, the main fighter class. I always really loved Soldier 76 when I was playing Overwatch. And then after that, you also pick your weapon class. And I chose the Assault Rifle. There are things like Grenade Launcher, Rocket Launcher, Submachine Gun, a few things like that. So some really standard stuff for a shooter game. And the other thing is it's got a lot of your really favorite functions that things like Overwatch just simply don't have. You've got your wall running, a lot of really great wall climbing abilities. Your different abilities are really great for mobility. In particular, the warrior could dash a great distance and he could do all that midair and everything like that. I would like to see one extra ability per thing, but the ultimate ability felt really fun as well. So overall, the game was super fun. You can see I'm destroying this guy, but he actually catches up on me quite a bit in the end. But what I did not realize, and you've seen it a few times in this video already, is once you take out an opponent, they turn into their little Nyan. And I don't know exactly how that stuff works yet. But you turn into the little Nyan cat and he runs around. He's got like a really weak weapon. I tried taking out my opponent with it later on in this video. He has a really weak weapon. It does not work that great. Let me just tell you that. It does not work that great. But you actually keep your abilities as well. So you can do the dash and things like that. If you're the assassin like my opponent is playing, you can actually dash around really well. So get out of combat and I think summon your mech a lot faster than if you were to die in the Nyan form and have to restart and things like that. So a really interesting mechanic. I don't know if I would necessarily call it good or bad. It's certainly something I've never seen before, and I really implore the team to make more interesting and unique features like this. But what I am most excited for is when they turn something like this into a battle royale. Now, one of my favorite games ever is Apex Legends, and currently all of the battle royales that are coming out in the Web3 space do not have an Apex Legend vibe to them. Nyan Heroes, I think, has the potential to do that, which really excites me. And as far as earning, I think it's really great because you feel like you have so much more control. It's just like, I'm trying to collect all this loot, and then if I don't get the right loot, I'm going to die and maybe lose something that I had to try and earn in the game and things like that. But with Nyan Heroes, you have the abilities, you have a little bit more control, and there's probably going to be a much bigger focus on things like squads gameplay. So enter with a few of your buddies and try and earn as a team. That is where this space needs to head. If they want play to earn to work efficiently, it needs to be competition based. And I think team based helps a lot. There's a lot more control in an aspect like that in so many games with so much RNG. I think that works really, really well. Unless you're in the 1v1 trading card game type space, which is a lot more what Illuvium is focused on. But multiplayer games, especially in something so meme worthy as this, will make a lot of sense in the future. So let me know down below, do you think Nyan Heroes is a good game? Do you think it looks fun? I will tell you it ran a lot smoother than I expected it to. And do you see yourself playing this game long term as a big crypto gaming fan? The other thing is, are you going to participate in the airdrop? Are you going to use referral link? I really hope so. But until next time, this is the game I've got my eye on now. And this is not the only one. There's a handful of games and I'm excited to get more involved.